as I'm sure you know, there are Jewish students who are a part of the pro-Palestinian protests. You've compared them to blacks for Trump, gays for Trump.
Absolutely.
It's fair?
Yeah, of course it's fair. I mean, I say take them as seriously as we all take blacks for Trump and gays for Trump.
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about a young lady by the name of Noah Faye, a Jewish student who attends Columbia, throwing black conservatives under the bus for no reason. No reason at all. Look, you heard that at the very beginning. She's saying, hey, if you are a Jewish person and you protest for Palestine, you protest against Israel, then you're the same thing as blacks for Trump and gays for Trump and their tokens, and they don't represent us. Really? Why throw us under the bus? We're not the enemy, quite frankly, because all the conservatives I know, or at least the majority of them, I'm not going to say all, but the majority support Israel. They do not support Palestine. They are on your side. They don't support what's happening to you at Columbia with the anti-Semitism and literally keeping Jews out of certain places because they appear to be Jewish or they're wearing the Star of David. We don't support that. We don't support racism at all, whether they be black, white, Puerto Rican, Kenny stripe. We don't support it, but your own people do. Your own liberals do. They support that. Not all, but too many. On Columbia, how many conservatives are you going to see on the college campus holding people hostage, blocking Jews from being able to walk through? You don't see that. You see a bunch of far left liberals. So I'm just trying to understand, why did we get thrown under the bus? Why did we, quote unquote, catch a stray, as the cool kids say? I don't understand. Now, before we get to her full interview, to hear her full remarks about what's going on, let's get to some videos from these protests across the country. Now, this is UCLA, okay? Now, I know she was talking about Columbia out there in New York, but let's go to UCLA and see what's happening. All right, here you have a Jewish person wearing the Star of David who's being prevented from walking forward on his own campus. He's not an agitator. He's not a journalist. He's just trying to go to class. And look at what's happening to him.
You guys have closed the entrance. We are UCLA students. I have my ID right here. I'm being blocked off, not by the security guard, but by you two. You three. Oh, look, they're making their burger while I'm going this way. Excuse me. This is what they do. Everybody, look at this.
So you can see he's wearing Star of David, and they don't like him. They have on their stuff. So this right here is actual anti-Semitism. This is racism. And I can 100% guarantee you that these individuals in these Palestinian scarves are not MAGA hat wearers and not Trump supporters. I don't see any blacks for Trump. I don't see any of them here. So again, who's the enemy and who's not the enemy? I'm having a hard time understanding it, but I digress.
Look at this. I'm a UCLA student. I deserve to go here. We pay tuition. This is our school, and they're not letting me walk in. My class is over there. I want to use that entrance. Well, I can't take it. Will you let me go in? This could be over in a second. Just let me and my friends go in to class.
We're not engaging with that.
Then you can move. Will you move?
We're not engaging with that.
Okay, we're going. We're going. I'm going in. I have my hands up. I'm not hurting them.
We got the big goon coming in because you get the Jewish person that wants to go to class. Now, this is ridiculous. I don't support this at all. I don't care what color you are, what religion you are. Look, man, you go into class, go to class. I'm not going to stop you from going to class. That's ridiculous. I don't care what the beef is with Israel or Palestine or whatever the case. Look, man, get out the way. Let me go to class. That's crazy.
You guys have closed.
All right, so that's one. Now, we got more here. We have more. This is at Columbia where they had hostages.
All right, red team, blockade. Blockade. Ready? Circle blockade around these three. We're going to move them out. Let's go.
So these people right here were janitors, I think, and they were being held hostage. And now these people are forming the blockade around them and try to get them out. I guess they had to get released. So again, where are the blacks for Trump? Where are the gays for Trump? Where are the MAGA hat wearers? Where are the conservative deplorables? Where are they at? Holding people hostage, blocking Jews from going to class. Where are they, Miss Noah Faye? I don't see them. So again, why attack us? We're on your side. I don't understand.
Another human change.
The people united will never be
assault.
Come on. That's not assault.
Yes, it is. It's 100% assault.
I got it all on video. Don't worry.
100% assault. Sir, this is 100% assault.
Totally crazy. Totally nuts. Now, this is more here, also at Columbia. I guess they occupied the building. Here's a caption that says, "This is why Columbia was foolish for thinking the deadline was going to work. Appeasement is never a good strategy." So obviously we got some problems. Now, let's get to Noah Faye. Now, this is a caption from Abby Phillip. I believe she's a journalist. And the caption says, "Noah Faye, a Jewish Columbia student. Yes, she's black, but she also is Jewish." I guess that can happen, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Noah Faye, a Jewish Columbia student, says this about her Jewish classmates involved in the pro-Palestinian protests. "Take them as seriously as we all take blacks for Trump and gays for Trump. It's an absolutely fair comparison. It's the same tokenization. That's how seriously we should take them. They represent our community and they've been tokenized. See, your racism, your bigotry, and your hatred is what is fostering the racism and bigotry and hatred against you. Treat others how you want to be treated." There was a certain book that had that in there. I'm not really sure where I got that from, but different story. I digress. Let's keep on going. And of course, I'll link everything in the description box. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
So you describe yourself as Black, Native American, and Jewish. You've talked about how your feelings of feeling accepted on the campus changed after October 7th. What has that been like?
It's been really difficult. Again, I went through a lot of this grief process and primarily experiencing this issue in the first semester. That's when I learned that the community that I felt previously so accepted by, specifically because of my identities, all of this was actually conditional, and the one condition is my Jewish identity, which I assumed was also another reason why I was so uplifted, because the Jewish people are a significant minority.
One of the things that your classmates will say is that they are protesting Zionism, which is specifically this movement to create, to develop, to support a Jewish state. Is it legitimate in your view to protest Zionism specifically?
Absolutely not. And there are many different ways
I mean, look, you could protest Zionism, but the problem is, why you got to protest Jewish people? You know, protesting the political movement or anything like that is different than protesting the actual person and holding hostages and things of this nature. How are we going to protest? How are we going to go about doing that?
Can look at this, but number one is that Zionism makes the Jewish people, 80% of them identify as Zionists, potentially more. I would have to check the statistics, but I know it is at least 80%. More than that, though, I can't explain the 20% that don't identify with that, and I won't try to. But we know that Zionism, which is the Jewish right to self-determination in our historic homeland, is inextricably linked to our religion.
Do you think it's synonymous effectively with being Jewish?
Absolutely. Absolutely it is. But more than that, though, taking away the Jewish aspect of it, at least at Columbia, we do not protest any form of any person's right to self-determination. There's no other movement, and there's no other self-determination movement that is protested that I've seen.
Maybe if you're conservative, it might be a little bit different. If you go in there and say, "Hey, you know what? I'm a conservative. I'm a traditional conservative," that might not be accepted on Columbia. I wonder what's worse, being a Zionist at Columbia right now or a conservative. It might be kind of neck and neck, which is really confusing. Again, why she want to attack us for kind of being in the same boat with her. I guess being part of a group that's marginalized or different is only acceptable if she accepts it, right? Got it.
Definitely not at Columbia. So for this to be the only movement that is taken issue with amongst the students, and that it's the Jewish movement, it is inherently anti-Semitic.
When you see your faculty members, professors, they today linked hands and arms, and they blocked the entrance to the encampment. When you saw that, what do you think of their position? I'm disgusted, honestly, if only because, again, the situation has gotten so out of hand that no matter how you look at it, if we're taking out the political element, the anti-Semitic element even, it is just absolute anarchy on campus. And to see that...
But this is your people, the people that you found solidarity with, the people that you support, the people that you want to be around. They're the ones that are doing this. You see, she doesn't understand, I suppose. I'm not sure how old she is, pretty young girl. Doesn't understand that the very things that she supports have fueled this. All the wokeness, all that stuff, that's the reason why this is happening. And I don't think that she would have the same tune if it was a protest against conservatives or some kind of BLM type situation, Freddie Gray. I don't think she'll have that same point of view. All right. It's only a problem because it affects one of her quote unquote identities. But I digress.
Faculty are supporting this, and in a way that is, in this instance today, they were barring students who, in my opinion, you could consider them to be paying for these lawns. They're barring students from enjoying the resources that we all have a right to. So that alone is just absolutely inexcusable to be seeing from faculty.
As I'm sure you know, there are Jewish students who are a part of the pro-Palestinian protests. You've compared them to blacks for Trump, gays for Trump.
Absolutely.
It's fair?
Yeah, of course it's fair. I mean, I say take them as seriously as we all take blacks for Trump and gays for Trump. And I think it's absolutely a fair comparison. It's the same tokenization that we're seeing. And in terms of our perception of them, that's absolutely how seriously we should take them. They don't represent our community, and they've been tokenized.
So there you have it. Okay, if you're a black person, you can't support Trump according to her. All right. And she doesn't see the irony here. You are a racist getting upset that there's racism happening toward you. Look, here's my final thoughts as I close. Treat people how you want to be treated. If you don't want racism to happen against you, maybe try not being a racist. I'm not saying that being this great person who is not racist is going to prevent any kind of thing from happening to you that's negative, any kind of racism or whatever. I'm not saying that. But don't be a hypocrite. Don't get on here and be racist and then complain about racism. That doesn't line up. I can't get on here and talk crazy about certain groups in a racial way, and then when the same thing happens to me, I want to start crying. That's not how it works. If you're going to dish it out, you better be able to take it. And also, one more thing. Again, if you're going to be around those who think the same way you do, who are racist against black folks and whatnot, who support Trump, if you're around those kind of people, understand that that racism can be used against you whenever. And I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? Do you agree with Miss Noah Faye's comments about blacks for Trump, gays for Trump, the Jews for Palestine, etc.? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. You have a racist person that might not even understand that she's racist. She may think that what she said was profound, but it was just really racism. That doesn't matter what I am, how I identify, or whatever. I have the right to support whoever I want to support. And if you say that I can't because of my identity or because of my skin color, then you're a racist, point blank, period. So don't get upset when others are looking at you and through a similar lens. Oh, you're a black woman, you're a Jewish person, and you don't belong here. You're not part of our group. That's what you putting that same energy out. You're doing nothing now but getting the same energy you put out right back at you. Very simple. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.